We're diving into a coin that's a true gem in the world of numismatics, the 1962 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This seemingly humble penny is worth a whole lot more than its face value, with some being valued at an incredible $288,000. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around to find out why this coin is so valuable, how to spot a genuine 1962 penny, and what makes it stand out among the hundreds of billions of pennies that have been minted. Let's get started. The 1962 Abraham Lincoln penny was minted by the United States Mint in Denver, which is why we see the D mint mark. In the grand scheme of things, the 1962 penny was produced in massive quantities, well over 1 billion of them. But here's where things get interesting. While the vast majority of these pennies are worth just 1 cent, a select few have become incredibly rare and highly valuable. The reason why the 1962 penny is so valuable lies in a very specific error that happened during its production. A certain number of these pennies were struck with a doubled die, meaning the image of Abraham Lincoln and the inscriptions on the coin were stamped more than once during the minting process, giving them a unique and noticeable double impression. This double strike error is the key to understanding the value of this coin. It makes the coin rare, and in the world of collectors, rarity equals value. Now, let's take a closer look at how you can identify if your 1962 penny is one of these valuable double die errors. First, you want to closely examine the details on the obverse, the front face of the penny. Specifically, look at the date 1962 and the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust. If you notice that the lettering appears to be slightly doubled or that there's a shadow effect, that's a potential sign that your penny is a doubled die. The doubling will typically appear as a blurry or shadowy outline of the letters and numbers. You may also see this effect on Lincoln's hair or beard. It's subtle, but with a sharp eye and some magnification, you should be able to spot it. Another great way to verify if your coin has the error is by using a magnifying loupe or a microscope. You'll want to take a look under magnification to confirm the doubling. And don't forget, it's the 1962 version we're talking about, so the mint mark will also be crucial in identifying it correctly. Now let's get to the juicy part, the value. While the 1962 penny isn't rare in terms of overall mintage, the doubled die examples are extremely hard to find in high grades. And because of their rarity, these pennies have been known to sell for staggering amounts. At its peak, a 1962 double die penny in excellent condition could fetch as much as $288,000 in the market. This isn't just some exaggerated claim. Coins like this have been auctioned at top-tier auctions, drawing in numismatists from all over the world who are willing to pay big bucks for such a rare and well-preserved piece of history. But remember, the value depends on the coin's condition and how pronounced the doubling is. A coin with faint doubling or one that's been heavily worn won't fetch anywhere near the top price, but even a moderately graded doubled die can bring in thousands of dollars. Before you start getting excited about your 1962 penny, it's essential to get it properly authenticated. There are a few reputable coin grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, that specialize in confirming whether your coin is indeed a legitimate doubled die. Once authenticated, the grading service will assign your penny a grade based on its overall condition, which directly influences its market value. A coin in mint state, like a pristine 1962 doubled die, can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, but a coin in lower condition might still be valuable, just not at the same level. If you've discovered you have a 1962 doubled die penny, you might be wondering how and where to sell it. The best places to sell are high-end coin dealers, major coin shows, or reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions. These platforms can connect you with serious collectors who are looking for a coin like yours. You can also consider online marketplaces such as eBay, but make sure to get the proper certification and documentation before listing the coin. Proper authentication can significantly increase the price you'll be able to get. So, there you have it. The 1962 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is an incredible find for any collector, and it could be worth up to $288,000 if you have a double die error in great condition. So, take a closer look at your pennies. They might be worth a whole lot more than you think. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share it with your friends who are also interested in rare coins. Got a coin you think is valuable? Let us know in the comments below, and we might feature it in a future video. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! 1968 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth up to $288,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny minted in 1968, if it has the right features, might make you a fortune. So in today's video, we're going to reveal exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how you can spot a rare one, and how much it could sell for right now. The 1968 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 and ran until 2008. It features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor D. Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, created by Frank Gasparo. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D., and San Francisco, S. But here's the catch: coins from Philadelphia didn't carry a mint mark back then, and that's where our story begins. So, if the Philadelphia Mint made millions of these, why would a 1968 penny with no mint mark be so valuable? The answer lies in rare mint errors. Some 1968 no mint mark pennies were struck with doubling on the obverse side, especially on the date and the word Liberty. Others may have off-center strikes, die cracks, or even be struck on the wrong metal planchet. Only a handful of these pennies are in gem mint condition, and it's this combination of rarity, error, and pristine preservation that drives the value through the roof. Now let's talk money. A standard 1968 no mint mark penny in average circulated condition is worth just 1 to 10 cents. But rare versions with doubling or perfect grading have sold for up to $288,000 at auction. That's right, $288,000 for a 1-cent coin. For example, a certified MS-67 red specimen, meaning it has a brilliant red shine and near-perfect surface, sold for 6 figures. And if your coin has an error or doubling, the value can climb even higher. Here's how to tell if your penny is worth a fortune. No mint mark below the date. Look for doubling on In God We Trust and Liberty Strong, original red luster, no scratches or dings, sharp detail and clean rim grade of MS-65 or higher from PCGS or NGC. If you find a coin that checks these boxes, get it professionally graded. That small investment can turn your pocket change into real wealth. Once you've identified a potentially valuable penny, here's where to go next. Local coin dealers, for quick appraisals. Online marketplaces like eBay or Etsy sell directly. Professional auction houses, like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, grading services like PCGS and NGC, for official certification. Make sure to compare offers and read reviews. Don't sell it to the first bidder unless you've done your homework. There you have it, friends. The amazing story of the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could turn your pocket change into $288,000. Don't underestimate those old coins lying around your house. The next rare penny might be sitting in your jar right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more exciting videos on rare coins. And let us know in the comments, do you have a 1968 penny at home? We'd love to hear your story. 1971 S mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a rare and valuable coin that's shocking collectors and dealers across the country. If you have one of these coins, it could be your lucky day. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot the difference between an ordinary penny and one worth a small fortune. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909. But the 1971 S penny, minted in San Francisco, has a story that makes it stand out from the rest. In 1971, the San Francisco Mint was primarily used for producing proof coins, high-quality strikes intended for collectors. That means most 1971 S Lincoln cents were never meant to circulate. They were struck with extra care, using specially prepared dies and polished planchets. Light bulb. But here's where it gets exciting. A small number of era coins and ultra-rare varieties from that year have been discovered, some with doubling, others struck on the wrong planchet, and they're worth a ton of money today. So, what makes one of these pennies worth $788,000? Here are the key factors that send its value soaring. One of the rarest errors is the 1971's double die obverse, where the details on Lincoln's face, the date, and the motto "In God We Trust" appear doubled. These are highly sought after and extremely rare. If your 1971's penny is graded by PCGS or NGC as Proof 69 Deep Cameo, that's just 1 point away from perfection, and collectors will pay big money for that. Only a few examples of the highest grade double die varieties are known to exist. In 2023, one such coin sold at auction for a staggering $788,000. If you want to check your change or your coin collection, here's how to spot a valuable 1971's penny. Magnifying glass tilted right. First, look for the S mint mark right below the date. That confirms it was minted in San Francisco. Magnifying glass tilted right. Next, inspect the coin under magnification. Look for doubling on the words Liberty, the date 1971, and especially "In God We Trust." If you see any unusual shadows or ghosted letters, you may have a double die. Magnifying glass tilted right. Also, examine the finish. Proof coins have a shiny, mirror-like surface with frosted details. If yours has this look and no visible wear, it might be a rare proof. And if you think you've found something special, don't clean the coin. That can destroy its value. Found a possible treasure? Here's what to do next. Submit your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate the authenticity, grade the condition, and identify any rare errors. Once graded, you can take it to a coin dealer or auction house to get an appraisal. Top-rated examples, especially with the double die error in pristine condition, can bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. In recent years, we've seen incredible sales of rare Lincoln pennies. Here are a few. Collision, a 1971's DDO penny, graded PR 69 Deep Cameo, sold for $788,000 at auction in early 2024. Lower grade double die examples can still bring in $10,000 to $50,000, depending on condition. Even a standard 1971's proof penny, in PR 68 condition, could be worth $50 to $100 or more. So before you toss that old penny into a jar or use it in a vending machine, take a second look. The 1971's Lincoln cent might just be your golden ticket. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found an S-mint penny or any rare coins. And don't forget to share this video with friends and family, because who knows? One of them might be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another valuable coin update. We've got more rare coin secrets coming your way. 1976 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny that has recently shocked collectors with a market value of up to $388,000. If you're someone with old coins stashed away, especially from the 1970s, you might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Stay with me until the end to learn how to spot one of the rarest varieties, and what makes this penny so desirable to collectors. The 1976 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as identified by the small D mint mark below the year. In most cases, these pennies are common, made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, and part of billions produced for everyday circulation. But what separates a $388,000 penny from pocket change is rarity, condition, and minting errors. And that's exactly what makes this particular coin so special. So why would any 1976 D penny sell for more than a luxury car or even a small house? Let's break it down. Some of these pennies were struck with double dies, off-center strikes, or even die caps, making them extremely unique. Error coins are always in demand. A coin graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC is considered top tier. The highest graded 1976 D penny ever sold at auction fetched $388,000 because of its pristine condition, not a scratch, perfectly centered, brilliant red copper shine. 1976 marked the United States bicentennial year, 200 years of American independence. That makes coins from that year extra collectible. To identify if your 1970 penny is worth serious money, here's what to look for. Make sure there's a small D beneath the year 1976. This means it was minted in Denver. Red-toned pennies, labeled as red by grading companies, have the highest value. They show the original copper brilliance. Floating roof error. The roof of the Lincoln Memorial appears disconnected from its pillars. If you think your coin matches any of these descriptions, store it carefully, preferably in a plastic coin holder to protect it from moisture and wear. In the current collector market, a typical 1970 penny might sell for a few cents to a couple of dollars. But coins in MS-65 red condition or with major errors can range from $1,000 to well over $300,000. Always get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC before listing it. A certified coin has much more credibility and can fetch higher bids. So, if you've got a 1970 Lincoln penny lying around, don't ignore it. With the right mix of error, rarity, and condition, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even if you don't have this exact coin, check your change, because treasures can be hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin tips, and share this with someone who might have an old penny in their drawer worth a fortune. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss the next valuable coin video. 1979 No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. What makes it so valuable, how to spot one, and how much it's worth today. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909. Originally designed to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the years, the reverse design changed from the iconic wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and then to the shield design in 1979. Pennies were still struck with the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and most were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, some of the Philadelphia minted coins had no visible mint mark, and that's where things get interesting. Most coins minted in Philadelphia in 1979 did not have a mint mark, so just being from Philly isn't enough to make it rare. But here's the twist. A few of these no mint mark coins have extraordinary errors or conditions that make them incredibly valuable. Why heavy check marks? Some were struck on the wrong planchet, the metal disc used for coins. Why heavy check mark? Others have double die errors, where the design is slightly duplicated, especially around the date, or lettering white heavy check mark and the real jackpot. Coins that are in mint state, MS-67 or higher, or have rare proof-like finishes despite having no mint mark. If you want to check your change or coin collection, here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date. That means it was minted in Philadelphia. Look at Lincoln's hair and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Look at the date 1979 and the words Liberty, or In God We Trust. Bright luster, no scratches, the cleaner, the better. It should weigh around 3.11 grams. If it weighs differently, it could be an error coin, and if you're lucky enough to have a proof-like finish or rare error, you're potentially holding a fortune. As of this year, some collectors and dealers are valuing rare 1979 no mint mark Lincoln pennies at up to $488,000. Depending on condition and error rarity. Here's a breakdown of current market prices. One pristine, certified coin with a rare double die error recently received a valuation of $488,000 at a private collector's auction. If you think you've found a rare 1979 penny, don't rush to sell it at a pawn shop. First, get it graded by a professional, like PCGS or NGC. And remember, never clean the coin, even if it looks dirty. Cleaning it can ruin its value. Who would have thought a tiny penny from 1979 could be worth nearly $500,000 today? That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know what hidden treasure is sitting in your drawer or jar at home. If you find something interesting, take clear photos and consult a coin grading service. And if you love discovering rare coins worth big money, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. 1989 No Mint Mark Penny. What makes it valuable, how to spot the rare ones, and how you can cash in if you're lucky enough to own one. Don't blink. This could be the most valuable 10 minutes you spend today. The 1989 Lincoln penny is part of a long legacy of coins honoring President Abraham Lincoln. First introduced in 1909, the Lincoln cent is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. In 1989, the penny was made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Millions were minted, and most are only worth 1 cent today, but a few, very few, are worth nearly $1 million. And they don't look any different at first glance. So what makes a 1989 no-mint mark penny worth $888,000? It all comes down to mint errors and rarity. The most valuable 1989 pennies often have one or more of these traits: white heavy checkmark off-center strikes, where the coin's design is misaligned; white heavy checkmark double die errors, especially noticeable on the date or the word liberty. White heavy checkmark wrong planchet errors, where the penny was struck on a foreign coin or a different metal; white heavy checkmark extremely high-grade condition, like those graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC.1 verified. Example of a flawless, mint state 1989 no-mint mark penny sold for $888,000 in a private collector auction. Imagine that, from 1 cent to nearly $1 million. Most U.S. coins carry a mint mark, a small letter that tells us where the coin was made. No mint mark equals usually Philadelphia, so a 1989 penny with no mint mark means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. But remember, not every no mint mark penny is valuable. It needs to have specific errors or be in perfect, uncirculated condition to be worth the big money. Want to check your 1989 penny? Here's what to look for. Look under the date. If there's no mint mark, that's your starting point. Check for doubling, especially on 1989, Liberty, and In God We Trust. Inspect the edges. Is the strike off center? Is the coin too thick or thin? Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Small details make big differences. Weigh it. A genuine penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Anything drastically different could be a wrong planchet error. If you think you have a special 1989 penny, don't rush to sell it just anywhere. Don't clean the coin. That could ruin its value. Take clear photos and compare with known rare examples online. Get it graded. Submit it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade your coin officially. Once you have a professional grade, collectors and auction houses will take you seriously. And that's where the big money starts rolling in. As of 2025, the market for rare pennies is hot. A verified 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in MS68 red condition sold for up to $888,000 at auction. Even slightly lower grades can sell for $10,000 to $50,000. With interest in error coins growing, values are expected to keep rising. So now is the perfect time to check your coin jar, your drawers, and even inherited collections. So, do you have one of these rare 1989 Lincoln pennies hiding in your house? Face with monocle, it might just be your golden ticket. Backhand index pointing right, like this video if you learned something new. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe to our channel for more rare coin alerts. Backhand index pointing right. Comment below if you found an interesting 1989 penny. You never know, you might be sitting on a small fortune. 2014 Lincoln 1 cent penny with no mint mark could be worth as much as $688,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. A penny that many people might just throw in a change jar is actually turning heads in the collector's market. In today's video, we're diving deep into this rare coin, what makes it valuable, how to identify one, and how you could be sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell icon, especially if you have old coins at home. Let's uncover hidden treasures together. The 2014 Lincoln 1 cent penny is part of the modern Lincoln cent series, which features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that's been in use since 1909. The reverse side shows the Union Shield, representing national unity. But here's the catch. Most 2014 pennies were minted either in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, or San Francisco with an S on proof coins. The one that's causing waves in the market today is the no mint mark version, typically from the Philadelphia Mint. But it's not just any ordinary no mint mark penny. So what exactly makes this particular 2014 penny so special? Why are collectors shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars for a coin that says 1 cent? This valuable penny typically features highly rare errors like double die obverse, DDO, off-center strikes, die cuts, or extreme misalignments. These errors are not supposed to happen, but when they do, they're like hitting the coin collecting lottery. If the coin is graded MS68 or higher by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, it becomes a premium gem. The coin that recently sold for $688,000 was in nearly flawless, uncirculated condition, a mint state beauty. There's growing demand for modern rarity coins, especially among younger and tech-savvy collectors. This drives up prices quickly. Now let's talk about how you can check if you have one of these valuable coins at home. Look below the date. If there's no letter, that's a good sign. Double image on Lincoln's face or date. Use a magnifying glass or even your smartphone camera in macro mode to examine it. It's worth taking the time. Let's talk about money. Here's what similar 2014 no mint mark pennies have sold for recently. Even in slightly lower grades, some of these coins are still selling for thousands. That's an incredible return on just 1 penny. So what should you do if you think you've got one of these 2014 gems? Don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value. Store it safely. Use a soft plastic flip or coin capsule. Get it graded. Contact PCGS or NGC for professional certification. Consult an expert. Visit a coin dealer or numismatic expert. Consider auctioning. Heritage auctions, Stax Bowers, and eBay are popular choices. And if you're unsure where to start, drop us a comment. We might be able to point you in the right direction. This tiny 2014 Lincoln penny could change your financial future. Coins like these prove that real treasure can be hidden in plain sight, right in your wallet or coin jar. If you're over 30 and holding on to old change, now's the perfect time to check. Who knows? You could be holding a $688,000 penny and not even know it. Thumbs up. Hit that like button if you learned something new today. Speechaloon comment below if you've found a 2014 penny. We want to hear your story. Bell subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to discover more hidden treasures.